About advanced XSS attacks, finding XSS bugs. Let's see how we can find an XSS vulnerability. We should always try inserting the payload script alert document.cookie script into every user input vector on the website and then monitor for the appearance of this string on the site. If the string appears unmodified, then it indicates that the website is potentially vulnerable to XSS. It is important to note that some XSS filters may be designed to detect and filter out the script tag to prevent XSS attacks. In such cases, the attacker can try various methods to bypass the filter, such as using alternative capitalizations of the tag, encoding the characters, or inserting null bytes. The next step is about bypassing WAF. You might encounter a few scenarios when testing for cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. Let's talk about the three most common ones. The first one being XSS vector gets blocked. The application or some other security measure has successfully prevented the XSS vector from executing. This could be due to various security measures such as input validation, output encoding, or using security mechanisms like content security policy. Second one, the XSS vector is sanitized. In this case, the application detects the XSS vector, but instead of blocking it, it removes or replaces the malicious content with safe alternatives. Sanitization is a common practice used to prevent XSS attacks. The third one being the XSS vector is either filtered or blocked by the browser. So this happens when the browser itself detects and blocks the XSS vector completely. Modern browsers have built-in security features like XSS filters that detect and block malicious code. However, these filters are only sometimes reliable and can be bypassed. XSS filters could be better and can be bypassed using certain techniques. Next one, techniques to bypass WAF. Let's have a look at different techniques of how we can bypass web application firewall. The first one being the toggling technique. The toggling case technique can be used to create more efficient payloads by combining upper and lower case characters. This makes it harder for security measures such as web application firewalls or antivirus software to detect or block the payload. For example, changing the case of certain characters in a malicious payload can help evade detection by security measures that are really looking for specific strings. As demonstrated in the example above, security measures are often designed to detect and prevent specific strings, such as script tags, which are commonly used in malicious payloads. However, by changing the case of certain characters, we can evade these measures and still execute the desired code. This technique can be particularly useful for bypassing web application firewalls or avoiding detection by antivirus software. To create effective payloads, try using random upper and lowercase characters interchangeably. The next one being URL encoding technique. URL encoding, also known as percent encoding, is a common technique used in web development to encode normal payloads with percent encoding. However, in some cases, certain payloads may be blocked by web application firewall. If this occurs, it is necessary to bypass the WAF using different techniques. One such technique involves encoding the payload using URL encoding. For example, if we have a payload that WAF blocks, such as we can bypass the WAF by encoding it using URL encoding as follows. Moreover, we can double encode the payload to make it harder to detect by the WAF. Double URL encoding involves performing the URL encode operation twice on data sent by the browser. If the URL encode operation is performed on a string lesser than once, it becomes %3c. After another URL encode, it becomes %253c. Don't worry about this much because it will be more familiar when you use base64 encoding websites. When data goes through this WAF equipment, the URL decode operation will be performed only once. This means that the decoded data typically won't match the rules, which has the same effect as bypassing the rules. In order to perform URL encoding, one can use various tools, like I said, including the burp decoder/encoder tool. Third one being the Unicode technique. ASCII characters in Unicode encoding give us various options for bypassing WAFs, as seen in the table. One of the benefits of using Unicode encoding is that it allows you to encode the whole payload or specific parts of it, depending on your needs. This can be helpful when the WAF detects certain parts of the payload. By encoding those parts in Unicode characters, you can bypass the WAF and successfully execute your attack. Let's take a look at an example of a basic request. Most WAFs can easily detect this request, making it ineffective for bypassing them. Luckily, using a Unicode encoding, we can obfuscate the request and bypass the WAF. Fourth is HTML representation technique. Web app often needs to encode special characters into HTML to be rendered properly. However, this encoding can be used to bypass security measures in certain cases. For example, consider the following basic request which gets blocked by the WAF. To bypass security measures, we can encode the payload using HTML encoding, either using the numeric or the generic format. By using HTML encoding, we can successfully encode and enter special characters, allowing us to bypass certain security measures. Next one being junk characters technique. The junk character technique is used to avoid detection in web application firewalls by obfuscating the payload with junk characters, as can be shown on the screen. WAF uses a set of rules and signatures to detect malicious payloads. By adding junk characters to the payload, the pattern of the payload is disrupted, making it more difficult for WAFs to actually recognize it. This technique is particularly effective against regex-based firewalls that are looking for specific patterns in the payload. By obfuscating the payload, the pattern is changed and the payload is more likely to go undetected. This is a basic request using a script tag. In order to avoid detection, the payload can be obfuscated using junk characters such as adding plus and minus.